Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. We are still tracking Hurricane Tammy as it is slamming the Caribbean islands. As a Category 1 hurricane, we have tropical and hurricane force winds that are going to be extending from the windward up into the leeward islands on Saturday and into Sunday, with hurricane warnings extending from Guadalupe up to Antigua as well as St. Kitts. And all of these areas going to be dealing with quite a bit of rain and wind on Saturday and into Sunday. Here's a look at that main center of circulation just to the east of the northern islands. And unfortunately, the track with this storm, not exactly good for the northern leeward islands in particular. Those are the spots under hurricane watches and warnings. And here's why. Look at the track of this storm. It's going to continue off to the northeast, and that main spine of the cone kind of moves right in line with the chain of Caribbean islands. And it is expected to maintain its Category 1 strength as it moves over these areas. So right now we have maximum sustained winds at 80 miles per hour and some stronger gusts. And this is a relatively slow moving storm, only about 9 miles per hour. So we are going to watch for those downpours and the potential for some flooding to be possible through the weekend with this system. And then at the end of the weekend and early next week, it's kind of going to avoid parts of the U.S. British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as it starts to turn more off towards the north. And then from there, it'll turn out to open waters, start to be downgraded by the middle and end of next week. But look at that. That's several days where it's able to maintain its strength as a Category 1 hurricane. And that's due to just the very warm ocean waters. We have well into the 80s here for these spots during the middle of October. Quite warm waters, very favorable for these areas. So here's our exclusive Fox model as it takes that main center of circulation right over the northern leeward islands through the day on Saturday. We could get up to a foot of rain on the high side for the northern islands, and on the south side, the windward island chains could be getting up to 6 inches of rain. But as for the British Virgin Islands, this storm starts to turn more off to the east. So the heaviest rain avoids those areas, but we still could be talking up to 4 inches of rain for some of those islands a bit more to the west. Then it continues off to the open sea and not going to be an issue to the lower 48 from here. But the wind field extends about 30 miles from the main center of circulation. So we are going to be watching for hurricane force winds from Saturday into Sunday, especially for the northern chain of islands before really the brunt of this storm starts to pull away. And I also wanted to show you another very strong storm, this one in the eastern Pacific, and it is bringing some very heavy rains to coastal parts of California. This storm is expected to make landfall, and as it does so, it's going to start to be downgraded from Category 3 strength down to a 1 as it starts to interact with land near Cabo San Lucas. And as it moves onshore, those mountains will really start to downgrade that storm. But we'll continue to bring you updates right here on My Fox Hurricane.